All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sooner or Later podcast. I am Jason Momoa's younger, uglier cousin, Justin. And alongside me, I have the charmed one, Alex Medina, Eric, Mr. 4K Nieto, and James, the master debater Lopez. This week on the podcast, we are doing The Conjuring 2. I've been asked to do the synopsis for James's pick. So, in 1987, paranormal investigators Ed, played by Patrick Wilson, and Lorraine Warren, why didn't they put Vera in there? That's really weird. Come out of self-imposed sabbatical to travel to Enfield, a borough in North London. There, they meet Peggy Hudson, an overwhelmed single mother of four who tells the couple that something evil is in her home. Ed and Lorraine believe her story when the youngest daughter starts to show signs of demonic possession. As the Warrens try to help the besieged girl, they become the next targets of the malicious spirit. James.
Sounds like the movie.
Yeah, that's like actually a really perfect synopsis for the movie. Why did you choose The Conjuring 2?
So I did my wheel, and then I was like, you know what? The Nun did so well. Let's throw another Conjuring Universe movie on that boy. And if it was meant to be, it would be. And it beed.
Wow. It's like Valak is trying to tell us something.
Yeah. And I don't like it.
And bitch needs to sit down.
And now this is when Alex's shirt comes out the camera and just attacks us.
Girl, you gotta lean back a little bit. I was gonna say, the podcast can't see that camera. I'm the nun. I'm the Valak.
Alex is showing her nun shirt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's also
audio.
It's also an audio platform. Production information. It premiered June 7th. The world premiere was June 7th, 2016 at the Chinese Theater. And it opened across the United States. I don't know if that's worldwide or not. On June 10th of 2016. Runtime is
I'm assuming it's worldwide because that's the only thing they really had on it.
Yeah, probably. And like other foreign countries are not as big into like demonic possession movies or whatever, so I would not be surprised if that was the case. Runtime of 134 minutes. Cinematographer was Don Burgess. Director James Wan. Writers Chad Hayes, Carrie W. Hayes, James Wan, David Leslie Johnson. Producers Peter Safran, Rob Cowan, James Wan. Editor Kirk Morey. Production companies New Line Cinema, The Safran Company, Atomic Monster Productions. Box office information. It had a budget of $40 million with a domestic gross of $102.4 million for 32% of its worldwide. And internationally, it brought in $217.9 million for 68% of its worldwide, totaling at $320 million worldwide.
I just want to say put that.
I did the math and I was like, oh my god, the numbers.
You see that little dot there?
Yeah.
It was just go there.
I'm sure in your clipboard right now, if you hit Control V, it would totally pop up.
Right.
Rotten Tomatoes. It had a tomato meter from the critics of 80% with 251 votes and an audience score of 81% with 54,000 votes. That's not a lot.
I'm surprised they didn't have more critic votes due to the fact that it's a sequel. So
yeah, and it made hella money.
Yeah,
it made
bank.
A lot.
I'm surprised it made as much internationally as it did, though.
So am I, to be honest with you.
Because earlier when you were saying that, internationally demonic possession movies, and I was like, well, actually.
Yeah.
On a side note, what's our Twitch handle?
You have to get way closer to your mic.
What's our Twitch handle?
Take the mic and straighten it out. And put that shit in your mouth.
So,
what's our Twitch handle?
Sooner or Later TV.
Yep.
Go ahead,
the original
James.
Conjuring only had 223.
Wow, that's nothing. So this is in, I'm assuming, I don't know what order this is. Annabelle Comes Home had a critics of 64%. The Curse of La Llorona had a critics of 28%. The Nun had a critic score of 25%. Yeah. Annabelle Creation had a rating of 71%. The Conjuring 2 had an 80%, Annabelle had 29%, and The Conjuring had an 86%. So this is the second highest rating. Yeah, first one's definitely
It's been all downhill since.
Hey, not according to that bank statement, baby.
Well, I mean, yeah, these movies are made for nothing. They're always going to make money.
Which is surprising. The effects in this movie were great.
This one had a decent budget, though, for like compared to like a lot of the other horror movies.
I mean, shit, even compared to The Nun. The Nun was shot on half the budget.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like about the effects in this one is the Crooked Man.
Oh, girl, you're so quiet. Is she so quiet?
I like the Crooked Man. I thought he was interesting. He's one of those characters I wish they could have done more with.
That's what I'm saying. He looked fake.
How are you so quiet?
I am talking loud.
The first scene he popped in, I was like, oof. But then the later scenes, he was fine.
I know you don't want the microphone in your face, but like that's
yeah.
kind of how
I mean,
you record a
he looked a
podcast.
little like
Because he was claymation, or he looked like claymation in the first scene he popped up in.
Yeah.
But then in the later scenes when he popped out of the tent, he looked totally fine.
Yeah.
The Crooked Man.
Yeah.
And then when
like
he
a
was
video
like,
game character.
and then when he was
He was a little rubbery looking.
coming out of the dog.
Yeah, that's the initial scene.
I thought that
saw.
was cool though. Like I get it didn't look great though, but the transition was kind of cool
Yeah.
to me.
Man, that little kid should have stayed the fuck in his bed, dude.
Yeah, these kids
Yeah.
are kind of dumb.
The fuck
but,
was he
you know,
doing?
But in horror movies, like people are dumb. Like you gotta just say, all right,
you have to
people are gonna
advance
be
the
dumb.
plot.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
in a
like-
horror movie, you just say, hey, they're dumb. I'm cool with it.
Oh wait, we jumped ahead hard as fuck. Hold on. Last time you saw it, James. When was the last time you saw The Conjuring 2?
So I saw it this morning, and then one other time, like people in my house are watching, and I saw a couple of like parts of it or whatever. But it was only like probably I was already like an hour, like 40 into the movie, so I had no idea what was going on.
So you were
and
like,
I watched
"What?"
for like I watched for like 5 minutes, and I was like, not for me. This is creepy. And then I got out of there.
Right. Eric. Or so when did you see it this weekend?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, this morning.
Okay. Eric, when was the last time you saw The Conjuring 2?
This morning was the first time I've seen The Conjuring 2.
Wow. Alex, when did you last? When was the last time you saw The Conjuring 2? Holy shit, my brain turned the fuck off for a second.
I don't know. It's been a few weeks.
It's been a few weeks. Okay. Do you want to explain like a little bit more than that? Because
I think the last time I watched it is when Daniela wanted to watch it. Back in like
when was the first time you saw it?
when we went to see it. When it came
saw it
out.
in 2016.
Yeah.
We did not see this movie together.
I thought we did.
In 2016?
No.
I wasn't even in Indiana. Different Hispanic male you went to go see this movie with. You know what? I'm unplugging your mic. Alex is no longer part of the podcast. Her mic's been unplugged. Don't look at me like that.
Whatever.
She was so confident.
Oh, she was confident as shit. She was like, we went to go see it in
We
2016.
totally went and seen it.
I see. Hold on. Technical difficulties.
Oof. Audio listeners are not gonna like that.
Not at all. That was a tough one.
I mean, we're just saying how they're not gonna like the.
So how scary was it for you, Eric?
Dude, literally the first scene where like it jumps cuts, like they're looking straight, and then it jump cuts to them like looking at you.
Okay.
I was like,
Can I talk a little bit, girl?
All the opening shots were weird to me because the way they were
Girl.
panning,
Hold
it was
on.
just creeping me out.
dude, and I know that's their weapon. When they pan,
Yeah.
that's when you're gonna get a fucking scare.
It's James
They're gonna
Wan,
get
dude. He
you.
knows how to
Yeah.
pan.
When
And this
they
one
were
had way better pans than fucking The Nun. The Nun, it became
It was
predictable.
cleaner. Yeah, this movie was
This one,
clean.
I was like,
Girl talk.
yeah, when they were in the basement and the nun is like peeking around the pillar or whatever, I was like, ooh, James or Eric is gonna like shit his pants.
So you know what's funny though? When I seen those like scenes or whatever, I was like, damn. And then they were like, you know what? Let's make a whole movie about this.
Yeah.
She's just gonna dart around corners.
She's gonna fucking
And like
zip zap
in
zoop.
this movie, it works. Like
yeah, dude,
But-
I don't know what. like, because it's the same monster, they're gonna do the same things, but like, why is it so much scarier in this one than like the Nun?
I think so we're less exposed to it.
So
I think we.
I know what the issue was. I'm gonna just put this out right now because I'm not gonna bother restarting the podcast to make it all sound better. OBS switched my recording input, so it's been recording off of the Yeti this whole time. Alex is 7 fucking feet away from me. So
that
whatever
makes
the Yeti was picking up was from 7 feet away. So now I'm sure I'm way too fucking loud and she's probably way too fucking loud on the recording. But sorry about the shitty audio on our end for the first 10 minutes. My bad.
It's alright. We're not that deep.
So when you brought up the Nun, the
now
original.
you're peeking. Hell yeah.
It says the original design of the evil entity was a dark demon with horns. Director James Wan wanted to expand the story of Lorraine Warren having her faith questioned, so he redesigned the Nun to reassemble a holy icon. Therefore, all scenes during or featuring the Nun were added during reshoots.
Oh wow.
So we actually see the original creature design at the end of the movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it turns into like a devil type looking thing.
Well, it turns into the thing that Father what's-his-name saw in the Nun. Like, it's the same exact creature design in the Nun. When he's
I
like
think the
looking
Nun's
up.
the move though, especially because they're like religious bases. Like
So-
it fits the world better. I feel.
Actually, what it was, another piece of like trivia, is that James Wan actually came up with that after talking with Lorraine. So he was like talking with her and she was like, bro, there's been a spiritual being in our house that wears a cloak and it's just been haunting us since we've been in the house. And he was like, damn, bitch, that sounds like a nun. Like a nun. And it's like, James Wan, you fucking genius. So yeah, it's really cool. I mean, he fucking did a lot with probably like one conversation that they had together, right?
I mean, for as simple as like the Nun is, like obviously because it's just wearing like nun clothing, like it works so well. Like it's creepy.
Well, and like nuns are supposed to be like a safe haven,
Holy.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like supposed to be people that you go to in confidence or whatever. And so to have a being like that, like attacking you, shit, please.
And it makes sense too, because even like as she's going through this, she even mentions it, and like it chose something that more or less that she trusts.
to challenge my faith, right?
Yeah. So like you see that, and then it's just fucking trying to destroy her mental game the whole movie.
Yeah. Dogs are
she
on
was
our
struggling.
end, by the way. She was fucking struggling.
I liked, because I know when we watched The Nun, I was like, I didn't like seeing her face. In this one, I feel like they didn't do the whole like her black, like the little black lines in her face. There was just the mouth, and I feel like that was perfect. Like I actually like that it was just like the red mouth.
You like the creature design better in this one than in the Nun?
Yeah,
You're
which doesn't make
wild.
sense to me.
I just think I see her too much in the Nun is the issue.
Well, you get like nice close-up shots of her face.
Yeah, I prefer like this movie where you just see like her here and there, and also plus there's the old man and then there's the crooked man. So like there's a lot more going on, and
So I guess you
I
don't
almost
focus.
didn't like how much was going on, dude. I was like, ugh. Like, I think it's stupid. And it's so weird, though, that, like, this is a depowered nun. This is already after a girl spit in her mouth. So she's already, like, hella weaker.
Yeah, this is the little bit that left out.
Right.
Like, on oh boy,
Well,
yeah.
which is why I guess when Lorraine was like said the demon's
I
name,
cast
like he was
you
like
out. Yeah.
she like got right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got done early. Like, it didn't take much. Once she knew what was going on. But my issue with the Nun in this whole, like, series or whatever, it's like, why is the Nun always helping these people, like, figure stuff out?
Dude, I don't get that either. Why in that vision was she like, bro, my name's Valak? V-A-L-A-K?
Well, even in the Nun, like, those nuns are all like her, like, because she's like doing everything, and so like, girl that's telling her all the information is technically the nun itself.
No, I thought those were just like remnants of their soul.
Maybe. I mean, that's one way to look at it. I didn't look at it like that. I thought she was just manifesting all that stuff.
I mean, we have a Conjuring Universe, cinematic universe expert here who could probably help us out.
Character witness.
Because, like, I took it as, like,
Alex?
Valak is giving away all the information. And I was like, what are you doing? Do you want to die? Like,
So I have no explanation for it in this movie. But Alex,
Okay.
correct me if I'm wrong. In the nun, aren't those nuns just remnants of the nuns who died? Like, isn't that just like their soul being trapped?
Yeah.
I just threw it in my mouth. In the abbey?
Because once
Oh god. The Jimmy John sandwich came up like, whoa.
as he's dying. Yeah, so once Father and Sister Irene get there, all the nuns are technically dead.
But like,
Yes.
so what James is saying is like Valak keeps helping all of these people get rid of her, right? But like the nuns that they're talking to aren't like, it's not like Valak is wearing the nuns like a puppet and she's like, Sister Irene, you gotta kill the bad nun. Like,
Yeah,
those are
'cause the-
those are
Go
like
ahead.
souls. That's like their souls, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's just their
Well, maybe
souls that are
'cause-
trapped and there's
in the abbey,
and they want to help get freed.
right?
Okay,
Because
it
Valak's
makes
got them, and she is trying to be
Yeah.
like, Sister
Yeah.
Irene.
Because the movie makes it seem like, especially in the end, that she's 100% had done all this on her own, and she's like putting up a front, and then like they think it's the real nuns, but it wasn't the whole time.
I think whenever you see a nun and they have their face covered with the black shit, that's the nun.
Okay.
And every other
'Cause, like-
time it's like a sprite, and they're like trying to get away from her.
I mean, it could be like how even with the old man in this movie, where it's like they're still trying to fight it,
Right.
And I think that's maybe what the case is or whatever.
Oh,
But
I didn't
still
even think
feel
about it like that.
I still feel like even though it's really weird and it leaves it up for debate, and I'm like, that's not a good like. It makes Valak seem not as powerful.
Well, I mean,
Well-
she did get Jesus' blood spit in her mouth.
Yeah, I mean that'd do it to you. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
like it was the old man was being used, right? His soul was being used by the Valak. the
Yes,
nun.
she was.
Yeah.
My
So which
name
is why-
Billy Wilkins.
Which is why, Billy and the little girl. What's the little girl's name?
I don't know. I honestly don't know her name.
Janet.
Janet.
Janet. Which is why they were trying to help, and that's why they said the whole like, the riddle, the.
Well,
name.
that was not Janet. That was all Bill.
Yeah, Bill's trying to get out
Bill
of there.
was
Bill's
help
like,
me. She won't let me go.
yeah, Bill's
Yeah.
like trying to see his family. His family wasn't there. Then Bill's like, hey, Valak won't let me go. I'm trying to go. Like,
Yeah.
So that's not Valak helping them, Joey, in this movie,
Oh.
right?
Don't say me. James is the one who brought that up, not me.
no, but Valak
Not me.
gives her like, Valak's just trying to like, unless it's like her, I don't know how her visions really work to be honest as well. So she has a vision,
either.
and Valak keeps going into her like visions or whatever, and she says her name and she starts writing it down in the book.
See, that's the one thing where it's like, that don't make it like a fucking sense, bitch. Ain't
Yeah,
you
like,
trying
so
to kill
Well,
this
because
bitch?
he's trying to front, right? Like, he's
Yeah,
like,
but why
oh,
would
you
the one
wanna-
way you could
wanna-
kill me? Why would I tell you?
Yeah. In every other demonic story, the demon's always like, bitch, I ain't telling you my name. But
Yeah,
like,
dude, it's
Father Burke figured it out. Like, he was just flipping through a fucking book, and he was like,
yeah.
Valak maybe? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But like, in this movie, Valak 100% looks Lorraine in the eye and goes, this is my name, bitch. Don't use it against
Yeah,
me.
because she's like, "Who are you?" And then he or she makes all the noise or whatever, and then she starts all up in her Bible. And I thought it was because he was trying to destroy her Bible at first.
Yeah,
But
that's
then
what I
it's
thought
like-
too.
Yeah,
But like, and this is something that Alex and I were talking about, but I'm sure that she's not going to respond because she might be asleep with her eyes open. I'm not sure.
I'm reading.
You're reading?
Yes.
Why are you reading? We're in the middle of a
I'm
podcast.
fucking trying to get information for you guys.
You didn't say that. You weren't like, oh, don't worry, I'll look it up.
well, don't worry, she's looking it up.
Well, I know that now. But like, even that whole experience in their office didn't happen. That was all a psychic vision. Because when it cuts back to her, like, scratching into the Bible, she's like sitting in
Yeah.
the side room with the girl.
Yeah, she never so
She never
like,
left the
fell
room.
asleep or went in her vision mood. Yeah, she never went down the hallway.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I've seen this movie like 10 times and never thought about that. And it happened this time, and I was like, did she leave that room and just go sit down and then start going,
Well, I
Yeah.
initially thought it was gonna be her daughter's vision, but then I was like, oh wait, no, this is Lorraine's vision.
And this might be spoilers for Annabelle Comes Home, but I can't remember because we've only seen it once. But Alex, does their daughter have psychic abilities?
Not that I'm aware of, but
Right.
in some things I've read, they say that it implies that she has the same gifts.
That Lorraine has?
Yeah, because in this movie you can see her daughter making a bracelet that spells out Valak.
Well, but
Apparently.
is that her having the vision, or is that just like the Easter eggs that they put throughout the movie?
They don't know. They just say it's either Easter eggs or that implies that she has the same powers as her mom.
Right. So,
Because I've only seen bits and pieces of that movie and nothing like insinuated but I obviously didn't see the whole movie, so maybe I just missed that part. And
no, all of
it's
the
like
kids
nothing's
in the
like
movie
it's not
go
it's
through
not
the
point
crazy
blank.
shit.
It's not like
Yeah.
hey, she can do this. It's more or less just like a haunted house like movie.
that is kind of what it is.
It also might be because I'm just like trying to read to see like why the demon would give up his name, and some people are saying that maybe it wasn't the demon, that maybe there was something actually holy there trying to help Lorraine,
They should have
Which
spelled
I mean,
that
I could
out.
see that.
or maybe it's like
Yeah.
her powers that can just because
See, that's right. Yeah.
she didn't know she wrote that name in her Bible at first. She thought it was just scribbles until she was like,
Or well, she didn't
Wait.
know it was a name.
yeah,
Right.
So my issue with these movies in general, like I think this is a good movie, but like there's too much where it's like I don't know, they don't really explain. You're supposed to just kind of figure out, but it's so vague that I can see both sides of it, saying like, hey, this doesn't make sense. But they're like, oh no, if you look at it like this, if you like, you know, follow the whole lore. But maybe it's a thing where it's like, hey, watch all the movies, and when you watch them back, it'll make more sense.
yeah.
But like first time watching, I don't like it.
When you watch it all back, it does not make any more
Well, like
sense.
you're
I
supposed
don't
to
think.
take it as is, right? Like you said, just like it's a horror movie. People are gonna.
I don't
act
know,
dumb.
dude. James Wan puts a lot of effort into his movies.
But then, yeah,
I mean,
but then
yeah.
you guys talked about that whole the rules he plays by in the Conjuring universe.
He also
Like they're more grounded in reality. You guys said when we've watched the first. I don't know what we watched. You said he like has
It
It
a
had to be
set
one
of
of the Annabelle
rules.
movies.
Yes.
I can't remember.
But
I don't know.
I'm sure we did.
Yeah.
I just can't remember the rules. Are you
No.
talking about the rules of like demonic possession? Because that's
Yeah,
different.
probably, I don't know.
Because they
That's
talk,
not James Wan. That's
No.
actually from Ed Warren. He
Right.
says that.
Yeah, yeah.
but that's different. That's like what a demon does, and they even reiterate it again in this movie, where it's like the demon beats you down, and then after it beats you down, then it infests in you, and then it possesses you. Oof,
new.
fucking.
But no, I think they do a good job of that. Like, and I mean, I'm just not a fan of the nun and Valak in general. Like,
character?
I think that's what. Yeah, and I think I just don't like the way it's portrayed. I don't like. I don't really understand her like power set as a demon, and I just feel like every time it's underwhelmed. I'm just expecting more out of the demon itself.
I'm kind of mad they don't use snakes more, to be honest with you.
She is the demon of snakes.
She's the marquis of
the
snakes.
marquis of snakes.
The defiler.
I mean, yeah, she got old boy's throat that one time and ain't seen him since.
Yeah.
Um,
Go ahead.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Everybody wait.
I don't know. Come back to me.
No. It's good
We
to have
never
dead.
went through the
Let's just have some
characters.
dead space. We never go through the characters, Eric. That's just there as
No,
a point of reference.
Initially, we went through the characters.
Yeah, when I was also doing a plot breakdown, and that was when the episodes were 3 hours long.
Yeah, and I just put them there for reference because it's like I put the neighbors there just in case someone's like, oh yeah, they went to the neighbor's house. What's the neighbor's name?
Yo, those
But
neighbors
really-
were friendly as
Yeah.
hell.
Old
Two-
boy
I mean, they're
fucking destroyed
English,
that
man.
door.
He destroyed
friendly.
that door. It took him an hour and 45 minutes.
And that hole wasn't even that big, dude.
No, hell
Like
no.
I thought he took the
Oh.
whole door down.
I know.
Go for it, girl.
So James Wan, before filming these movies, and obviously like before she passed away, he would go to her and he would like talk to her, and find out exactly like how the story went for the most part, and just get tips and stuff from her, because that's how it was for this movie.
So yeah, he
Eating
just like
tips and
dramatizes the stories is what he does for the most part.
Right, he punches them
And
out.
takes creative liberties, obviously.
He makes them into action movies in the third fucking
Yeah.
the final
Yeah.
acts. This movie started to dip into what was wrong with the nun there for a minute.
Yeah.
When they
Well,
were
this
racing
movie-
through the streets in the rain or whatever. I was like,
Yeah.
ugh.
This movie is pretty scary, especially early on. I guess I kind of got desensitized to it as it like went on. But the first 30 minutes to an hour, I was on
fucking
edge.
You guys were on
Spooked,
edge
dude.
during the Amityville stuff?
Well, after that, I already
Okay.
know the Amity
That story in itself is just terrifying, though.
Is it though?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I can still watch the. I don't know if it's the original or if it.
Who's in it?
I watched my one with my boy Ryan Reynolds.
That
I
one is
think-
bad. That one
I
is
think
a
it
yeah, but
is
Ryan
that
Reynolds
movie.
is jacked.
man.
Wait, what
He's
is that?
fucking cut though. Dude's got
Yeah.
an 8-pack And
He's a
his
big
cum
man.
gutters are deep.
Yeah.
Is he in that movie?
Ryan Reynolds is in the remake.
In the remake, he's the dad, yeah.
2002
Wait,
remake.
what's the Amityville? They only
The
show
Amityville Horror is one of the well-known, and they reference it in this movie, right? It's the first 20
the Conjuring
minutes.
one?
No.
No.
So I don't
Oh.
think they have the rights to the Amityville story because the family, the Lutz family, owns the rights to it.
And they
So-
can't because they just did a 2019 shitty Amityville with Bella Thorne. So someone else has the rights to Amityville Horror because they're still making movies to keep the
Right.
rights.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, somebody else does, but not the Warrens. That's
Okay.
Yeah.
But the Warrens were there too, and Alex.
I mean, it's one of their stories.
Mhm.
But you only get it from their point of view because those are the only rights they have to the story.
Right. Whereas all the
So-
other movies is all through the Lutz family point of view.
Yeah.
Is that true though? Did they really get famous off of the Amityville Horror thing though?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where
Because I don't know
Yeah,
how they
that's where they
rose to
got
fame
famous.
and all that stuff. They say it in the movie, and I was like, oh, I don't know if that's a
it
true
is.
fact
That's
or not.
because when I heard of Amityville Horror, I automatically thought of them because this is where they blew up because it was controversy if it was real or not, or if they were just kooks and stuff.
Yeah, well,
Which is what they
any
say in the
demonic
movie.
stuff or anything like that is always going to be controversy no matter what. Because people are always going to say, no, someone was just crazy. No, someone was just abusive, stuff like that. It's so easy to write off to science or to,
Yeah.
other, reasonings. Because not everyone wants to believe there's demons.
So it's the 1979 one that terrifies me for the most part.
That's the original. That is the
Yeah.
one that's actually scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the remake is also kind of action-y.
Eric, put that on your wheel.
No, Eric. Put.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, just do a whole wheel of the lighthouse.
No.
But yeah, so the part that made me jump, and again, I've seen this movie a dozen times, but the first time that Bill shows up behind Janet, and he's like, "No," I was like, "Oh fuck,
Oh,
God,
Dude,
damn,
seeing Bill in the daytime kept fucking my world up.
dude, right? Because my man didn't
Or-
give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
He
And
said,
that's
"I'm
the
gonna be
thing.
in my chair, bitch."
And that's
Or when she was fixing the TV, and
Yeah.
he was like, "This is my home."
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he rushes her, dude. It's crazy.
Go ahead, girl.
And that's the thing with these movies is usually most horror movies, things only happen at night that scares you. So it's when nighttime rolls around, you're like, oh shit, here we go. But this movie is
Right?
nah, it comes out in the daytime.
Whenever, whatever.
That dude Bill's internal clock is all fucked up. He's like,
Well,
"Man,
even
I don't
when
know
they
what
went
time
to-
it is."
When they went to Ed and Lorraine, I was like, all right, we safe now. We gonna
Yeah.
be all right.
Yeah, we're
She's
good.
sitting there reading her Bible.
And then she wants to hang out with the nun. I'm like, no.
So wait, how does her daughter get her attention?
She just says mom.
Oh, does she say mom? I didn't hear her say it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's
Yeah.
screaming, and then she says it but obviously you're jarred by her screaming.
Well, and she was just sitting there playing with her beads or whatever, and then Lorraine looks up and was like, Judy, where'd you go?
and then she's like, "Who the fuck that is?"
Yeah. Mom,
And then
who's
the-
Oh, you're
that?
talking about in the vision.
Yeah, in the
okay.
vision.
I thought you were
How
talking
did she
about
get her
afterwards.
attention? Because it's when I was watching it, the only thing that I noticed was Lorraine got up and she was like, "Hey, bitch, what you doing just standing there?" And then
Yeah.
her daughter's like, "What the fuck that is?" And then the nun was
Well,
like,
she just gets up and turns around and doesn't she says where she's going or something or what, or does the daughter call for her? I don't really
No,
remember.
the daughter doesn't say anything. Lorraine
Right,
literally
Lorraine's
just
just
looks up.
and then she just gets up and walks towards her.
Yeah.
And
Because
the
we
daughter's
see the
spooked.
daughter get up and turn, so I don't know if she sees her daughter get up and turn down
She
the hallway.
must. She must have.
Yeah, it's real quick though, because the whole point of that is not that part. It's the nun's at the goddamn hallway.
Yeah.
Well, fucking old boy, he was like, I had a vision in my nightmare. I thought I would just paint it real quick.
Who does that?
Hey,
That's what I
I'm
said. I was like,
obsessed with his
what?
paintings, and I want them all.
And I
No.
was like,
Absolutely
why the fuck
not.
would you?
Valak,
paint
touch
some
that boy.
bullshit
We don't
like
want
that?
it.
And he's just in a fucking jumper, bro. He's in like a
He's
all
like-
sweatsuit,
Yeah.
and he's like
Bob
I just-
Ross and
Yeah, it's just the happy little mistakes. The nun, like some scary
Well,
ass shit.
So does he vision his death too, or does she just vision his death?
Alex,
So he just sees
No,
her face?
he just sees the nun. He never sees his death. So
Oh.
it's really dangerous because now they have both seen the same inhumane spirit.
That's some lack of communication for these people that are dealing with demons, though.
malicious spirit, girl.
Inhuman.
She's definitely not a human.
Yeah.
Inhuman.
No, it's
sorry,
a straight
not
up demon.
inhumane.
Now they're
Um,
interlinked.
But like early on, they should have said something. It's like, man, you seen this vision? You can tell a boy right away.
Well, she was shook as fuck.
Yeah, because when she first saw it, and that was during Frenchie's whole ordeal, is when she very first saw the nun, and I think it is true,
but like
that she locked herself away for 7 days.
But that doesn't even make sense in this movie, right? That's a retcon. Because in this movie is where she sees her, and then she stops working, right?
Yeah.
Because this England trip is
first,
what pulled her out of retirement.
Yeah.
Right?
Well...
So which one is fictionalized is what I'm saying. Did she see it when she saw Frenchie, or did she see it during
I
the
think...
Amityville thing?
Noob just scared the shit out of me, dude. I'm on edge right now, guys.
I think the whole Frenchie thing is made up because that goes with the nun. So I don't think anything with Frenchie actually happened.
But that case did happen. The one that they showed footage in for the Conjuring 1?
But I think that's why they tell the names. Like, in the end, he has a different name. And they're like, oh, he's actually Maurice. Because whoever the actual Maurice person is, probably the original, like, person. And they had to tie it in, so they made the Frenchie character.
There's some retconning going on. Because I don't know if this is the first time she sees the nun, or if during that scene from the Conjuring 1 is the first time that she sees the nun. She
makes it sound like she's like, that with the whole thing with Frenchie, she's like, oh, you know, I seen him again. I think that's what she says. So I think in the Conjuring 1, that's where they're dealing with Frenchie. I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where she's watching the little film in the classroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But I understood it as that was the first time that she had ever seen the nun, was during that recording. But she just didn't say nothing about it.
But the Amityville thing happened after that, right?
The nun happened in...
The timeline's a little like this. It's a little everywhere. Hold on, I'll look it up. You guys keep talking.
Were you gonna say, Alex?
I don't think it made sense.
Just say it. If it's wrong, I'll shit on you. If it's right, great.
Stuff so you can formulate a thought. We're trying to lean on you heavy, girl.
I know.
We need you in the conversation, bro.
It was the timelines. The timelines didn't make any sense because the nun happened in 1952. And then The Conjuring 2 happened in 1977 to 1979 is when the actual story took place. Like the real story, not the nun, or not the Conjuring movie story.
Right. Mm-hmm. So this is what I found online. The Nun happened in 1952, and then the end of The Nun happened in 1971. That was the film reel. Annabelle creation, the times that it jumps through in the movie are 1943, 1952, 1955, 1967. Annabelle happened in 1967. The Conjuring happened in 1968 and 1971. Annabelle Comes Home happened in 68, 69, or 71, 72. The Curse of La La happened in 1973. The Conjuring 2 happened in 1976 and 1977. And The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It happened in 1980 and 1981, maybe. Since we don't really know when that movie takes place.
So what's Ed again? Is he like a priest or some shit? Or was
he is the only recognized, ordained something in the Catholic?
He's a demonologist.
Yeah.
So he has like faith, but he's not like a priest or a pastor.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like.
Right. So he's the only church recognized demonologist though. He's the only one that the Vatican, according to him, right? According to these movies, in the Conjuring Universe, cinematic universe.
Wouldn't it also be Father Burke, kinda, or no?
No, because he's not a demonologist.
But he's also in the church, though. Like,
yeah,
he is a self-taught and self-professed demonologist.
And in the movies, the Vatican recognizes him as, like, this dude's a demonologist. Because
if not, they want priests
sign of
to do
approval
it.
On him.
Yeah, so normally they'll send in priests to do that stuff. He's the only one non-priest that they'll send in to, like, hey, what's going on with this?
Right.
Yeah, like report back BRIs, which is the whole reason they went to...
The whole reason, in general.
And why they were like, we're kind of beholden by the church, guys. We can't really go outside of our jurisdiction here.
Yeah. It's outside of our scope.
Yeah.
Hey, the best move, though, that Valak did, though, was like, all right, throw this shit. That camera's in that corner, throw this shit.
Which, like, okay, let's go to that really quick, because that bitch who wanted to disprove it really was not using logic at all. There's no way that little girl is gonna fucking throw that table like that. She's 10 years old and she fucking whipped it across the goddamn room.
She's
and
11.
that was real wood,
Right.
dude.
11. Yeah, that was real wood.
It wasn't no plywood.
What was that bitch again? What was her job?
Fucking bitch, I think, is what her job title was. I don't know.
She was just someone there that was trying to disprove it, like debunk
Right.
what was going on.
I don't really know what she was, though.
Yeah, what was her character? I don't even know her name in this whole list.
I don't think I
even think
posted
we-
her, to be honest.
Knew the name.
She was fucking
It's
woman
on there.
one.
I totally skipped over her, and I was like, I don't care about this bitch.
We're never gonna talk about her.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but hey, look, we're here.
We made it.
But-
Yeah, we did it.
But like, wasn't she there? Didn't she see old girl like contorted in the room? Like, for one, how the fuck did that little girl get in there? How?
For one, how did they get out?
How did she get out? Ed went over there.
He
and
pulls
he's
her out like it's nothing. He's like, come here, come here, come here.
Her hands
And then-
were like this and shit. Oh, nah.
There was
Yeah.
like pipes and electrical like
Yeah.
stuff.
Nah, that
Hey,
little girl was
oh
dead.
boy needs to learn how to dodge some steam. All right.
Oh my, he
Multiple
went,
times
see
he
it
gets
coming.
he
burned.
went head first into it though. He didn't like stay low to the ground like it's a fire situation. He went, I better check with my eyeball.
Like he knew, like, hey, she's out to kill me, but I'm gonna go straight face first in this boy.
He should have just waited for Lorraine. I know that they were doing it to kind of build up tension or whatever, but like in the real
Yeah.
world situation, I hope that he was like, I ain't going nowhere without my girl though.
Hell
Like,
no.
she's the only one who could see this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I gotta stay strapped.
So when the mother gets bit and he sees the little teeth, is he thinking like they playing me, or is he thinking like, is this the demon's teeth, or like,
No.
what is he?
No, Ed and Lorraine believe them the whole time.
Okay.
But they know that if they don't have tangible evidence, that the church isn't going to come over here and do nothing about it. Luckily,
Dude, what
they
more
don't-
evidence did they need though, man? They had like videotapes and pictures. And okay, one picture looked like she was jumping.
all-
The other
it
one,
could
she
all
was
be
straight
hoaxed.
straight exorcist up on the ceiling, and like, oh no, that one, like,
So,
don't get it.
Maurice Frenchie is a real person.
oh,
And it is a real story. And I'm not going to read it all because it was a lot to read.
we don't have time for you to read it all.
I know.
It's not even if you wanted to or not.
Wait,
you
you're
just
talking
don't have
about
time.
you're talking about Maurice, like the guy with the mustache?
The Frenchman. Frenchie
From
from,
The Nun.
the
From
The
Nun.
Nun.
He was
yeah.
also Maurice.
This is really just, yeah, his name was Maurice.
His
but
name
this
is
is really just a
Maurice.
nun podcast, apparently.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it says the exorcism was successful, although Ed Warren almost lost his life and several smaller hauntings still occurred on the farm. There are still questions about what happened on the farm in central Massachusetts, and Frenchie later reputation and activity has cast a shadow on what might have occurred there. Frenchie was later arrested for sexual abuse of a minor and had much to gain from the insurance on his failed farm that he received from the damage the demon had done.
Wow.
So he's a freak.
And then he's actually like a really creepy dude. I don't know if I can...
That's okay. Let's
Yeah,
move
don't
forward
show
from
But I
that.
mean,
'cause that
if
has
you have a
nothing to do with
demon
the
in you
movie.
for a long time,
You become a creepy dude.
you become pretty messed
Do you
up.
though? I don't think you start touching kids.
I mean, what about
I mean,
Janet?
that's some demon-ass things. Like,
You're not
Demon
saying
ass
she's
thing.
messed up now because of the whole demon taking possession of her?
I don't think she's gonna start touching kids.
yeah, but Valak was in her for a long time.
Hold on, guys. I think we need
I'm not gonna
to
look at that photo, Alex.
Yeah, he looks like a pervert.
like a pervert.
Yeah.
You're looking like you're touching kids.
Yeah.
But my boy Johnny going in like, hey, Ed told us we need to bully this demon.
Yeah, and then he got bitched too because he went in. So like he a fucking idiot. I don't think
He
should've
went
gone
for
in.
it though.
He
Hey,
went
the
in.
mom,
Johnny's
too.
out here.
Early on, the mom was just like, all right, it could be an actual burglar, a real person, but I'm gonna walk in this room with no weapon.
Yeah.
I was like, she crazy.
She walked
And then
out
she
the
didn't
room
even
and
get
I
out
was
of the
like,
bed, like quick enough. She's like, "What? What are you talking
yeah,
about?"
she like moseyed out of the bed. She's like,
Yeah.
oh, dude, my titties are out. Chill.
Dude, she
Put
was
on my
going there.
Yeah.
And she was hard as hell until that dresser hit that door. Then she was done.
Even
she
then,
got that
when
house
she didn't
quick.
scream. She was like,
Like, she was in shock though. Like,
yeah, she was.
I was like, well,
Okay, so I think we should have done this for the nun, but I think the nun was a little less scary, so it's a better time to do it here. because we're at 40 minutes already. So we're gonna do the favorite and least favorite part. But what I want to do first is, what was the scariest part of The Conjuring 2, James? Or well, I'll
go first if you want.
Oh wow, you already have the scariest part on deck already?
Yeah,
go for it.
So early on, I'm already feeling weary about the movie because everything happened at night or whatever. So I'm still like, so beginning of the movie. So it's when he comes out, when she goes to the TV and he comes out the corner and he rushes her. It scared the shit out of me because like already, like it was spooky.
That kind of scared me, not gonna lie.
So it was already scary, like, and I was on edge, and I kind of started to kind of relax a little bit, but it wasn't so much so that I was able to kind of fully relax. So then when it happened, it really startled me.
You're talking when Bill was in the
Bill
next to the TV, like it was static, or when?
Yeah, so it's like she's sitting at the TV, and then she's like turns, and then he yells, and he like comes towards her, and she freaks out.
That really fucking got me, dude. I
really?
shit myself there.
I think that's the scariest moment in the whole movie for me, at least.
Wow. Girl, what's your scariest part of the whole movie?
The whole Amityville horror part of the movie is scary, just because I do know what happened in that whole story, and then when
she's reliving the experience, that's scary to you?
Yeah, that's terrifying. Like when it's him in the mirror, but it's her like.
I think it's cool.
I think it's cool.
I didn't find it scary.
I thought it was a little actiony.
Yeah,
I think the whole thing about that story is scary.
But that's not the same thing, though, right?
It is a scary story,
right?
But
what's the scariest part of the movie? Like,
I was getting to that.
Go for it, because I don't think you are.
When the nun comes out of the painting.
That has nothing to do with the Amityville thing.
I was telling you the two parts of the movie that scare me the most.
I said the scariest part. Okay, so between the Amityvision and the nun through the painting, which is the scariest part of the movie for you?
The nun coming through the painting.
That would have got me if I hadn't seen that on a video somewhere else before.
Right.
So I was ready for it. But if I would have saw that for the first time,
even the 10th time.
Why'd you see it on the video?
It was probably some
I don't know.
video.
I watch a lot of top 10 videos, and it was just on something.
No,
it was like top 10 moments from like Conjuring or some crap like that.
The visual of like her grabbing the fucking
it's creepy though.
So good.
It's so good. It's so fucking good.
Dude, James Wan knows how to do horror, buddy.
Dude, I don't know why, but the rushes by all the figures or whatever when they just rush at people, it does scare me because like you're already kind of like creeped out because you see the visual, but then it feels like it's coming at you and you jump.
I think the Crooked Man moves too fast though. He's too
But
fast.
he's like the least human-esque like thing though, so
yeah.
I don't it doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah,
but I get what you're saying.
But like the way he like went into the wall, destroyed the foundation of the house, and then dropped down and ran at Ed, I was like,
yeah, I didn't like that. When he did a tent thing and went through the wall, it actually looked stupid. Like there was no need for that.
That
like
was
the house,
too
we don't need to destroy the house.
Yeah,
you're already being a dick.
Yeah.
Or
go ahead.
Go ahead, Joey.
No, I think the scariest part for me was when the first time you see Bill, like when he jumps out at her when she's sick at home. That whole scene from beginning to end had me fucking. The first time I saw it, I was like sweating, my toes were curling, and I was like,
I was not a fan.
Oh no.
Well, I didn't know about Bill in the little bit I seen in this movie, so anytime I saw Bill, it scared me.
That dude is creepy.
Like,
his demonic form, the form where it's like him being taken over by Valak, creepy as shit.
Well, even in the water, like it's super fucking creepy.
Oh,
That
really?
fucking got me too, dude.
In the
That
water?
shit got me.
It's so dark, and I know something's gonna happen, but I couldn't anticipate when.
Alex, even though now you're mad at me, so you're just gonna not talk much throughout the podcast. So you don't like murky water. So is that scene particularly scary for you because you don't like murky water? Because, like, for me, murky water don't matter. But, like, she was watching and she was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
You can't trust that water.
No.
Dude, why
I
the
can't
fuck
even
would you
stick my
step
hand
into
into
that?
a sink at home if I can't see the bottom of it.
Do you think like what is it the thing's gonna come on and spin off and like touch your hand?
We used to have a garbage
Yeah.
disposal.
No,
We
it's
don't
not
have
even
that
a
anymore.
garbage disposal. I just don't know what's in there.
Water.
Could be
Dirty
some
dishes.
spoopy creature in there.
Some spooky
Yeah.
bacteria.
But yeah, and it's one of those things where we're talking about like bro, I get you can handle yourself. You know you fight demons. Once you seen that shit was flooded, you probably should wait till the morning time.
He's
Like,
gonna get sepsis, dude.
That whole basement was fucked. I don't know. Burn it down.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
water
He's gonna tear the
damage to
whole house
property
down.
alone? Come on.
As soon as I
but-
saw those steps broken, I was like,
Dude, they had
Get
big
out.
ass holes in their wall. Like, I guess she's a single mom, but like, god damn.
dude, they should have gave her a new house. She applied for one, dude. They got her daughter chilling on the ceiling. Give him a new goddamn house.
Chilling on the ceiling, dude. Eric, did you say your scariest part?
dude, the beginning was fucking scary to me too.
Which beginning part?
But the one where like Lorraine's in her vision,
Mm-hmm.
and the people that got shot are like
So the
sitting
Amityville,
down.
that's the Amityville house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
are looking. They're looking straight, and then it jump cuts to them looking towards her.
So when she goes into the basement of the Amityville and she sees the nun for the first time, that's what
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking about. So if you want to really get spooked
that
out,
shit fucking got me.
Alex found a fact. Alex, you want to talk about the ghost boy that Lorraine sees?
Yeah. The ghost boy that Lorraine sees when astral projecting in the beginning of the film is based on a real picture of the infamous Amityville haunting. It was taken by Gene Campbell, photographer that worked with paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren.
So that little kid that she sees that like leads her downstairs
That has like no
Yeah.
eyes.
is like a real kid that
Glowing
like
eyes.
and Alex posted a picture of it in the facts. But like that's a kid that apparently was just in the house.
Alright, I'm
That's
not gonna
creepy.
scroll down then.
It's scary, dude. That picture is
I already
fucking
looked at it.
terrifying.
The
I'm
kid
not
doesn't
gonna
look that
fucking
creepy though. It looks like a
scroll
regular kid.
It does look like a regular kid until you realize that nobody was in that house.
Yeah, but in context, it's creepy as shit.
You know what's
Yeah.
even creepier though is when kids actually do that shit to you because they don't
kids are
understand that
creepy.
that's scary. So
You
they're
gotta just
like,
headbutt him. You gotta headbutt him, dude.
You're in my
Ah.
space. Okay, so now we're gonna go into favorite part. Alex, what was your favorite part from The Conjuring 2?
I really liked when he was singing to them.
When he was singing Elvis to them?
It was a
Yeah.
good wholesome moment.
That was my favorite
Too.
Elvis song. That is my favorite.
Dude, he
Elvis
got them vocals, dude.
song. So,
Patrick Wilson
we
out
were
here
watching
doing
it, and I was like, he may have been an Elvis impersonator before he got
Dude,
famous.
I liked when he stopped going so heavy on it and just like was more naturally singing, and you realize like, oh, okay,
He doesn't have a
all
bad
right.
voice.
That
Yeah,
And I really like when he's talking to Janet for the first time and they make her put the water in her mouth.
Ooh,
And
that's
how
such a
she's
good
like
scene.
blurred out in the background. Like I feel like that was just a really
And then you
Good
like
scene.
you see like the figure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
she
And he like
becomes
changes,
Bill.
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
so good.
It is
I really
cool.
liked that acting because it was really good.
The acting from who? The guy who plays Bill?
No, from Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when he's like, "You're
Dude,
not,"
he's so
you don't gotta talk
unfucking
to me about
phased,
my
too.
fucking
Yeah,
dad.
we're not here to talk about my dad.
Yeah, I'm here to fuck your bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he
Then
was
put the
not
grass on
even
him.
remotely worried.
He really wasn't worried. I wish I
No,
had that much.
the
faith.
whole movie.
Yeah, I wish I had that much faith in anything. Like I wish I had that much faith in my ability to walk or breathe. There are times where I'm like, "Bro, are you breathing?"
Yeah.
And then
Okay, we're fine.
it seems a little ridiculous, but I actually cried during the movie at one point.
Oh my god. Tell
When
them,
the-
tell them which
when
part
they were
you
singing?
cried at.
No, when he gets locked behind the door when at the very end and she was like, "You can't go." I think I just have such
that
a
is a good moment, dude.
I feel like I have such an emotional attachment to these characters that I'm just like, no.
But Eric, when she says that she cried, she means that she cried. A tear
See-
ran down
Oh,
her
not
face.
a little fucking.
Not that
Denzel
little
No,
tear.
it wasn't
Denzel,
a
yeah.
Denzel tear. It was honestly, she deserves an Oscar, except for the fact that I said, "You're being ridiculous. Stop it." And she's like, "Wipe off my tear."
So my issue though, like with that, like I think it's a cool scene, but it's like I never could feel like, hey, they're really in danger because like they lived a long life.
What do you mean?
Like-
That doesn't mean that they're not in danger.
They're not gonna die in these movies.
You don't. Oh,
Well,
well,
I don't
okay,
know
I get what
that.
you're saying.
These movies are making way too much money.
They're not just going to kill him off.
Shit, they
No.
might bring Ed back to life, reanimate his.
They
fucking
might
corpse.
actually.
It's going to be a science movie.
Yeah, that's funny. Eric, what was your favorite part of The Conjuring 2? James, what was your favorite part of The Conjuring 2?
So I also like the singing moment because it's very lighthearted and it just kind of gave you, it kind of put you at ease, which kind of fucks you up though because they set you up for failure later.
Well,
but in that moment, yeah. And then like even when you see their interactions or whatever, and it just shows that the two characters have good chemistry because even when they're just looking at each other while they're singing, and you can tell like how like one, she loves him, but two, like she's like, you know, I think she's just realizing the whole thing and she's just so worried about everything, and you just really see that from that little glimpse of each other. But overall, I mean, anything with Bill I was fine with. I prefer, like, Bill was the best, like, spirit. Like, I didn't really care for the Crooked Man as much and didn't care for the Nun. But all the stuff with Bill, especially early on when he's just fucking throwing shit around and fucking killing rooms, I'm like, this boy ain't playing.
No, he's not. He mad. Eric, did you figure out your favorite part?
Yeah, I think it was when Janet got teleported into the locked room and like it was panning and all the crosses were just going upside down.
You know you're in for a bad time when those crosses start
Yeah.
turning.
Dude, if you ever see
like,
a cross
oh,
turn, yeah,
shit.
you're fucked. You might as well
You
just
get out!
Yeah, you jump out the window.
You go.
Come on.
I also
Yeah.
really liked when the nun
With a rope
was
around your neck.
walking along the wall.
Oh
To
no!
her painting.
Yeah, that's also good. When you first, when
Yeah.
you see her and then she's like,
So the effect was a little sloppy, but the ending of the effect saved it. Like, if that grabbing, if her fingers coming around the picture wasn't so good, that effect would have been shitty. But I think it's the oh yeah, if you watch it, like watch the tracking of her like on the wall, she's kind of floating. Like she's not really like walking, you know what I mean?
But if you're
But
just
she's
like
a
trying to
demon,
figure
dude.
out what's
That's
going
what
I
on,
know,
you're
but
like,
why even walk? You know what I mean? Like why go through the
because she was
motions
intimidating old
of
girl.
stepping?
She's like, hey Lorraine, look what I could do.
No.
dude, but then the shadow lines up so perfectly with the painting.
No,
Like, come
I
on.
agree, but like she could have floated. Like the mask could have just been like, oh, but instead she was like, hey, I'm gonna scare this bitch. You know what
I mean, she also could have like just literally went from underneath the painting in the first place.
Yeah,
but she was intimidating old girl.
I know she
Yeah.
was. That's why she was
flexing.
like, two-step, hey,
Yeah.
bitch, I'm coming for you and your daughter and your husband.
And then you hear the little choir in the background.
So,
Hey, once those songs popped up, it's like shit's about to go
so
down.
which theme for the Nun do you guys like better though? The one from this movie or the one from the Nun?
This movie,
Ri-
yeah, dude, it was
Oh, you're
popping. I
talking-
like the
you're talking-
song.
You like the trumpets, Joey, or whatever?
That's not
they
a
use
trumpet,
to-
homie. That's a fucking demon going. Ah! So wait, Eric, do you like this one better than the Nun?
I can't remember what the nun.
The Nun one's
thing
it
was.
goes. Whoa.
This one it kind of uses that, but then it like relies on the choir.
It's more of
singing.
a choir, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's
But
on
I feel
different
like-
ends of the fucking spectrum. One super bassy and one
Yeah.
super like light.
I just feel like the Nun is so much better executed in this movie because it's like short and sweet and to the point.
Well, that's
And
why you're
everything
supposed to
that-
watch this movie before you watch The Nun.
Alex,
Yeah.
which theme for the Nun do you like better?
I liked the choir one just because I feel like it's creepier.
Yeah, I agree with Alex. Yeah, I like the choir one better.
So I'm,
I mean, don't
Same.
get me wrong.
I like
though.
the
I mean,
Nun
I
one
like
way
the other
better.
one too. I like the other one in The Nun, and I like the choir one in this movie.
but I didn't ask. I'm sure.
I don't
both-
think the choir one would have worked in The Nun. No.
I don't think it worked here personally. I would have preferred.
I like
the
it.
Nun
Nah,
theme
it
better.
worked.
I think it was creepy.
No,
And
the Nun. I don't like
especially-
the Nun thing. It's too much.
Nah.
And especially when you see it on the TV, the little choir, I was like, is
No,
she
no,
gonna
no,
pop
not
up in
that.
like one of
That's
the frames?
different. There is a song that she plays to notify that she's coming, but then there's like an orchestral theme behind her when she's walking, because that soundtrack turns off and then a different song plays.
I don't get why she's always telling people when she coming. That don't make no sense either. She dumb.
That's also why she walked across the fucking wall.
fucking
Just,
dumb
I need to
demon.
be known. I'm the Nun. I'm
Can't
the,
do anything
Yeah.
I'm
right.
the
She's trying to
Nun.
flex, dude. That's all.
Her kill death ratio is terrible, dude.
You don't know that. You don't know what she did before she
Yeah.
met Ed and Lorraine.
Based on these movies, I mean, hold on though. She kills
killed all
hella
those
nuns
nuns.
in the first one. Never mind.
um,
And she only got like 2 deaths.
so my favorite part was when Lorraine stole the Elvis record from the family.
Well, we don't know if she stole that. They could have had their own copy.
You don't know that
they
she
had their own
didn't.
collection.
How they steal it? They bought it. That was their property. They said, "All right, we bought." They said we bought this. They didn't say, "Hey, I bought this for your children." It's like, "Hey, while we're here," and then how are they gonna play it? Their record player was broke. Like, what the fuck? You think he's gonna look at it?
When she put the record on, we never saw her buy a new one. So I was like, did this bitch just steal that record from these poor kids?
Dude, oh boy had to play the song. They couldn't. What are they gonna use it for?
Well, shit.
They ain't got no money.
They're famous now that their story got put on TV.
Dude, her husband left it for down the street girl and had twins.
He didn't even go far, dude. He went down the
Dude, that's
street.
yeah. He
She
grinded.
said around the corner.
And they have 4 kids.
Yeah,
Like,
they
oh
did.
boy, got 6 kids. They don't take care of none.
She ain't gonna sue him for no child support though.
I didn't even know
Shit,
child
he's gonna
support
sue
was a
them
thing
now.
back then.
What'd you
And
say?
I don't know how it works in England for child support.
Yeah.
No, my favorite part. Damn, what was my favorite part? I don't really know. It was probably the first time that Bill was like, "All right, I'm here, baby. Look at me." No, I think my favorite part is when she goes demonic in front of the TV cameras. That shit was buck, cause he just didn't give a shit. He was being recorded.
And that was cool about Bill, though, because Bill didn't care. But that's all because Bill's a spirit also. Like,
No,
he's not
but
a
it's
demon.
not
He's
even
not
Well,
Bill,
trying
it's
though.
to-
not even Bill that's doing it.
It's Valak that doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
she's using him like a puppet.
Well, that's true then. Yeah, because Valak doesn't care if Bill gets caught.
Because, like, what? Nobody's going to know my name unless I tell him.
And
Me, Valak.
Yeah.
and every time
Yeah, hey, it's me, your boy. Look at your book.
and every time Janet was possessed was actually like really terrifying.
Yeah, she was scary as shit.
Yeah.
That little girl
She did
did
a
a
good job.
fantastic job acting as a demonically possessed little girl. So good. All right, least favorite parts. Alex, what was your least favorite part of The Conjuring 2?
I really didn't like when the crooked man came out of the tent.
Which time? With the little boy or with Ed?
I think with Ed, because at that point it was just he just looked fake. Like I think the CGI was really bad. That's just my opinion, though.
What you looking at, girl?
Into your
Oh.
soul.
My computer?
Why don't you have... I thought you had us up on the top screen and that you were doing something
No.
else different down on the bottom. Well, you're just like... I didn't like him when he came out the tent. Eric, what was your least favorite part of The Conjuring 2?
Is that better?
The crooked man when he came out of the dog, and looked like a stop motion.
It did look like Jack Skellington, like,
It looked
coming
like
out.
a claymation kind of deal.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what they were going for.
they might have been.
Yeah, no, you're right.
The Crooked Man, when it comes out in 2027 or whatever, is going to be all stop motion.
Dude, a lot of people talk about it saying, like, that's what the sequel they should have got. But, like, technically the Crooked Man has no story. It was only because of that little thing, right?
It was only because
Yeah,
Valak was...
Valak playing with the little boy's emotions.
Right.
Yeah,
But the
but
Crooked
no
Man
one
is-
else that should really apply to, right?
No, the Crooked Man didn't attack anybody other than Ed and the little boy. And
Yeah.
Stutter and
But
Stanley.
what I'm saying is, could there be a spinoff? 'Cause
Yeah,
the
they're
Crooked
making
Man-
one. They're making one.
But about what, though?
That's-
Like, how else is the...
That's what I'm trying to figure
Okay.
out. Because
Gotcha.
Or maybe
the Crooked
maybe
Man
the,
is Valak.
I think it has something to do with the toy, because every time Ed and Lorraine go somewhere, they bring something back for their museum that has some significance to the case. So Ed brings back that toy.
The Crooked Man.
I mean,
character.
something else could
So I'm sure
possess
there's
it as
stole
gonna
that
well.
toy.
be something.
Yeah, he definitely stole the fuck out that toy is
Yeah.
what happened.
He steals everything.
Go ahead, girl. What were you
No,
saying?
but I'm sure that there's gonna be some history behind that toy
Yeah,
that
Yeah, 'cause
makes
it looked
the
old as
Crooked
shit.
Man.
it probably
Yeah.
was.
Well, I don't know the history behind
Well,
the Crooked Man.
Crooked
I don't know
Man's
if it's
an
like a...
actual English nursery rhyme.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably something within the lyrics of that little rhyme. There's some spooky shit behind it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Who did I ask?
You didn't ask me.
James. Oh, go ahead, Alex.
You spell crooked.
Crooked. Crooked. Okay, James. While
Yeah, you
she's
asked-
finding that, what was your
No.
least favorite part?
I mean, I guess the whole fake thing, like, I get why they did it, but then it really kind of, like, stopped the whole movie for a second, and I didn't really like that. Because we were like, oh, shit, it's getting crazy in here, and it's like, well, hold on,
It's getting-
she faked that shit.
It's getting faked in here.
So just to let you
Yeah.
know, The Crooked Man came out on October 1st, 2016.
I don't think that's part of the
It says a singing of a nursery rhyme sets in motion
No,
a bloody curse that awakens a demonic figure.
And if you go look up The Nun, you're going to find 57 The Nuns. Like, this is a different Crooked Man. It's not
If it's actually a true nursery rhyme, I'm sure there's people have, like, rights to it and have made, like, movies to try to get people to watch, B movies to be like, oh, is this related to the
What is that movie on? Is it on Shudder?
Hulu? With a premium subscription?
Oh, it's on
so
Stars.
it's on Showtime.
Yeah, or Showtime.
Stars. Whatever the fuck.
But that's not the Conjuring Universe Crooked Man. It's just like because if you look on Shudder, there's 3 different La Llorona movies.
Oh.
None of them.
Yeah,
have to do
I guess
with
they
the
just
Conjuring.
made a new one that might be decent. And it also was a TV movie.
It's only decent if you're Eric and you've been told the nursery rhyme 1,000 times.
Yeah.
That's the only way that it's gonna be scary.
So this new
if
one,
you're actually scared of it.
Yeah.
You want to
Before
know
you
how
even see
good
a
this
movie.
movie is?
Which
Michael
one?
J. White is the star of The Crooked Man.
That movie is B movie written
Who?
all fucking over it. Michael
He's
J.
at,
White,
like-
he played Spawn in the Spawn movie.
Yeah, but he does all those like
Bruh.
Taekwondo movies, and he's like
Yeah.
in a movie. I have like one like big movie, and then he's in like number 3 straight to DVD.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was in Death Race 2077 or whatever.
Yeah, he's like in the 3rd Never Back Down or something.
Poor Michael J. White, dude. He's trying his best.
Hey, cash them checks though, boy. I
I
ain't
like
mad
them
at
as
you.
Spawn.
Moving
Spawn
on.
got some problems.
Yeah, it does. My least favorite part. So this is gonna be controversial. So I'm glad that Alex is barely listening.
I'm listening.
I'm joking. Relax. I'm joking. I didn't like the part where Patrick Wilson sang Elvis songs.
I knew you were gonna say that. I just fucking knew
Dude,
it.
I didn't
took you
like
out?
it. It took me out. I was like,
I could see that.
y'all.
But it does though.
Y'all
It's
should-
supposed to.
But I didn't need to be taken out.
So it
So-
can suck
I
you
got
back
you.
in.
It's supposed to make you feel safe.
I didn't
Yeah.
feel
Like,
safe
you're like,
because I wanted to be
Patrick's that boy.
like, dude, I wanted to
You wanted to be
snatch.
serenaded.
I wanted to snatch that fucking guitar out of his hands and be like, get the fuck out of here.
You
Anyways,
didn't
here's
feel like
Wonderwall. Ding,
you didn't wanna be
ding,
that
ding,
girl?
ding, ding. But like, so the same reason that you didn't like the part where they were like, this is fake. That's
Yeah.
where I didn't like this because I was like,
I get what you're saying.
I need the spoops. This isn't spoopy.
Well, yeah. In both those scenes, I totally get that point because it's like, hey,
Dogs
we're
on
going
our end.
somewhere, and then we're stopping, and then okay, now we're continuing the story,
Right.
And it's a little rough around the edges,
And for,
but it's
It's character building.
yeah, I
and
guess
it's all
so.
about perspective too.
And then that adds the zinger at the end where she puts the song on and they fuck and make another baby or whatever. Yeah, I guess.
Hell
I thought some
yeah.
spooky shit was gonna go down at the very end, dude.
Well, shit.
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, when they rolled credits and you heard the actual interview between Ed and Janet, I was
Yeah,
like,
that was creepy.
man, y'all about to summon a demon in this bitch. Stop it.
yeah.
Oh,
well,
I
and
loved
throughout the credits, they flashed the photos of like Annabelle and the nun and stuff. That was creepy.
Go ahead,
too.
girl.
I loved their little makeshift Ouija board.
That's what opened up the fucking portal to that shit.
I'm
No.
gonna just say,
They just need to say goodbye.
you've only seen one set of Hispanic people do it, and those motherfuckers did it all the way in Spain. So you ain't gonna ever find that shit happening here.
I'm gonna just
Never.
buy a Ouija board and put
Man,
it somewhere
I'll
to see if
set
he
you on
ever.
fire with it. Get the
See if he ever notices
all
it.
the demons. I don't want none of it. NSA, if you're listening to this, I would never set her on fire. Don't come looking for me.
Look for her.
All right, so cinema score questions. James, do you want to ask?
Nah, you could ask him.
All right.
Damn.
Wait, did you say nah? You can ask them, or yeah, I can ask
Yeah,
them?
go ahead, ask him.
James, would you rent
Yes.
The Conjuring 2?
No,
Would you buy this movie physically without a digital code?
no,
Would you buy it digitally?
no.
Would you buy it in the $5 bin at Best Buy, Walmart, FYE, or Voodoo?
No.
Would you put this on in the background while people are over?
Nah, man, I ain't putting no spoopy stuff in my house, boy. What you think this is?
Would you recommend
Romantic comedy or nothing?
it? Would you recommend it?
Would you
Yeah, I think it's
recommend,
actually a
not
good
A?
movie.
Fuck off. man. We don't have time
I
for
think
this.
it's a
We're
really
already
good
over an
horror
hour.
movie. I think anybody that likes the Conjuring franchise, you know,
Eric's
they already
future
know
wife.
about it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Eric's future
Eric's
wife.
future wife. But is that something I should know? But no, I think a ton of people would enjoy this movie, especially around this time of year, and because it is October 25th, 2020.
All right,
Subscribe.
let's speed run this. Let's speed run these
Please.
questions. Let's all answer them.
No, fuck you.
I don't remember.
Eric, would you rent it?
Group answer.
Nope.
Would you buy this movie physically with or without
Nope.
a digital code? Would you buy this movie digitally?
Nope.
Would you buy this movie in the $5 bin at Best Buy, Walmart, FYE, or Vudu?
Voodoo.
Ooh.
Wow.
I would actually do it.
We need to put movies anywhere on here. Movies anywhere. Because Voodoo
That
sucks.
was gonna be so long.
I hate
Voodoo
Voodoo.
does suck.
Voodoo is trash.
But
Nah,
like, the
Movie
Jo-
Anywhere don't
the
even have a
John
lot of
Wick
movies.
series has to be on Voodoo for some reason.
Shut up, James.
It's movies anywhere, but it's not all the movies everywhere.
Would you recommend this movie in the background? Would you put this movie on in the background while people are over?
No.
Would you recommend
Yeah.
to your future wife who's only seen The Conjuring or who's only seen The Nun or whatever? Alex. Yeah, Alex. I forgot who the fuck I was asking next. Alex, would you rent it?
No.
Would you buy this movie physically without a digital code?
Yes.
Would you buy it physically with one?
I have.
Would you buy this movie digitally?
I have.
Would you buy it in the $5 bin at Best Buy, Walmart, FYE, Voodoo, Movies Anywhere?
You can never have too many copies of this movie.
The Conjuring 2.
Valid point.
Valid point.
Valid point. I knew you were gonna do that.
Valid.
I was too slow.
Would you put this on in the background while people are over?
Yes.
Would you recommend?
Yeah.
Would I rent it? No. Would I buy this movie physically? No. Would I buy it digitally? Yes. Would I buy it in the $5 bin at Best Buy, Walmart, FYE, Voodoo, Movies Anywhere? Yes. Would you put this on in the background when people are over? Abso-fucking-lutely. Would you recommend?
Why?
Yes. Dude, because this is such a good movie where, like, you're bullshitting or whatever, and then you look up, and then Bill goes, no! And you're like, ow!
I mean, this movie's scary at a lot of points. Some
No.
horror movies are only scary in certain sections. This movie's 90% scary.
Yeah.
So
It
like
starts
at any
off
point you could get
strong
your shit
and
fucked.
ends strong.
Even if you come into
Yeah.
a scene midway, you instantly, like, your butthole puckers instantly, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, the sound mixing and just like the visual effects,
so spooky.
like in every visual aspect of this
Or,
movie
like,
puts you on edge.
every time she would sleepwalk, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna
You
lie,
knew some shit was gonna
I'm gonna
happen.
be honest with you guys. I had to lower down the volume to 5 at points.
But yeah, this is like, if I was like, oh, I'm gonna just put on something. Fuck it, I'll put this movie on. That'd be so fucking funny. And people would be like, why the fuck are we watching this? Because it's
Yeah, turn the
spoopy.
shit off.
So there's one more fact I want to say before we
Hurry up.
stop. At a film screening in India, a 65-year-old man started complaining of chest pains and fainted at the climax of the film. He was rushed to the hospital but was declared dead on arrival. Shortly
Damn.
after, the hospital staff transferred the body to a bigger hospital where it could be properly examined. Neither the body or vehicle arrived in the hospital and haven't been seen since.
Damn.
I don't like that.
That fucking sucks
Yeah, I
for
don't
those
like that
ambulance
shit.
drivers, dude. What the fuck?
They were just trying to do their job.
And then
yeah,
a
fuck that
cinema that was showing it had a poster that was like, warning, the film you're about to see is psychologically and emotionally disturbing. People who have attended early screenings of the film have complained about many unusual circumstances that they have experienced after seeing the film. And to support the theory added on the poster was, due to our concern for your well-being, we have invited Father Perez to be here. He will be available
fuck
after
me
the
up.
film to provide spiritual support and or conduct a personal blessing should you feel the need. Please do not hesitate to seek help. Ask your representative where you can sign up for a session with our priest.
Good lord.
That's
I
wild.
think
I had heard something vaguely about that.
I
Yeah.
think in recent history, like since the 90s, there have really only been like 2 movies that have been that scary. And I think they're Blair Witch, and that's only the tension, and Paranormal Activity. Because
Yeah, Paranormal Activity fucked people's world
those
up.
movies
Yeah.
changed the genre. So like
Yeah.
the fact that this movie had the gall to be like, oh, we're the scariest thing since sliced bread is so
Dude,
fucking
Paranormal
funny.
Activity 2 was made for like $800,000 or some shit like that.
It's crazy. So
And it grossed like $230.
that might lower my rating for this movie. Eric, what is your rating for The Conjuring 2?
Give it 8 Our Fathers.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
Get him.
James, what was your rating for The Conjuring 2?
8 out of 10 times I almost pissed my pants.
Oh, man. Alex, what was your rating for The Conjuring 2?
I give it 10 upside down crosses out of 10.
Oh, that's a really good one. Me.
I'm surprised no one stole that.
I know.
What was your rating of The Conjuring 2? I give it 8 audio recordings that need to be played overlapped of each other out of 10. That was such a weird plot device where he's like,
you could already tell what he was saying.
yeah, you
Like,
really
he
could
didn't
barely
need to do
tell.
it. He's like, all right, hold on, let me just try something real quick.
No.
Nah, he saw
No, I
those two
I
things
needed that,
crossed
dude.
over, and he was like, "No, wait a minute."
Hold on now. I
It makes
just
sense now.
ripped the fattest bong in the car, and I think I'm seeing something.
I was wondering, I was like, Jesus fish? Like, what are we doing here?
Dude, that's what I also thought. I was like, oh, a cross? What are we supposed to see?
Yeah, I didn't see that until you said that. I still didn't know what that was for.
But no, he was like, oh, they overlap. Let's play them overlap.
Duh, silly. All right, Eric. So next week is your pick. So hit me with those movies.
The Shining.
Is it SHINNI or NI?
Just one N.
Okay.
SHINI.
I'm illiterate, so
The Shining.
the shinny.
And then I saw The Devil.
I don't know what that is.
Well, you about to find out, maybe.
Maybe.
And The Host.
It's a good one.
The Host? I also don't know what that
A
is.
Japanese horror movie, I'm pretty sure.
And
J-horror goes
That's it.
hard, dog.
That's it.
That's it, huh? 3 movies on the wheel this
Wait,
week.
should I add a Conjuring?
You might
yeah,
as well.
do For the Will.
You might as well.
Yeah.
Okay, Annabelle
Which one,
comes
Alex?
home.
No, do The Conjuring. You've never seen the
Oh,
first
Yeah,
one,
the
right?
first one. All right, let's do the first one.
I'm gonna die if it
Man.
ends on.
It would be so
I'm
funny.
also gonna die.
So while we're...
Yeah, because I was scared. I
I
don't
won't
want to
show
do
up.
it again.
No, I don't know. I think 1 and 2...
Dude, there's that clapping scene from the trailer.
Bro,
I don't want
the
it.
hide and clap. Y'all gonna shit yourselves.
I don't want it. I don't want
So
it.
really quick, oh my god, what the fuck was I gonna say? Never mind. Oh, really quick. So did you guys notice all the different ways that they spelled out Valak in the movie itself? There was hints to Valak throughout the entire movie.
They did the same
no, I
thing
didn't know,
in The
though.
Nun too.
Did they do the same thing in the Nun?
The back of the truck.
telling you,
that
Valak
Oh, right,
dumb.
right.
Yeah.
You're right. Also, James, center yourself. What the fuck? You're like falling off the screen,
I'm
dude.
chilling, bro.
I know you
I
are.
asleep at the wheel.
I fell asleep at the wheel. I love that.
I have the will of these chairs.
All right, Eric, hit me with
Oh,
it.
that's funny. I got it now.
I'll be here all week.
Okay, that was good.
Eric, you gotta hit me with it.
Spin that well.
Well,
Ooh,
Okay.
okay, so we're gonna watch I Saw the Devil. I've never seen it, so hopefully
I don't even know what
hopefully
it
it's
is.
hype as shit.
I've never even.
Have you
heard
seen
of
it,
I
Eric?
saw it a while ago, but maybe it's shit.
Maybe it's shit.
Hell yeah, brother.
Lord.
I'm gonna let you know. Not shit.
Oh wow, okay. Thanks for tuning in on twitch.tv/sooner or later TV for our review of The Conjuring 2. Continue listening and watching and showing your support on our Twitter @Sooner or Later TV and on our Facebook page Sooner or Later TV. If you couldn't catch us on Twitch, that's totally fine. Listen to us on any and all podcast platforms @Sooner or Later. Our episodes are recorded on Sundays and uploaded every Tuesday morning. So tune in next week for our review of I Saw the Devil. Be safe, wear your mask, hug your loved ones, and we love you.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.